Alrighty, welcome back. We're going to do some more work on the console. Hopefully that we can finish it up today, or finish the pieces up today. It's kind of, it is what it is. We'll go there here in a second, but I want to show you something. Jolene has launched a new t-shirt, and it's I guess they call it a soft launch. Is that, sweetheart? Is that what you're calling it, a soft launch? And what she has done is she's made a new t-shirt with Queen Jolene and Bad Chad on it. Ken Henley has given us the permission to sell his artwork. She has put it on a t-shirt. This is going to be the giveaway. This is going to be the very first one that we're going to give away on the YouTube station. So whoever wins today with the comment is going to get this shirt, and we hope that you like it as much as we do. We're going to be selling these at the Toronto Autorama April 29th to May 1st, and we'll be there to sign them. The ones that be won today will not be signed because they will not be shipped from here. They'll be shipped from wherever. Jolene has that done up. But that's the new shirt that we have, and I hope you like it. Jolene likes it. Jolene looks amazing, as always. And I got some badass knees. There it be. Pretty cool. So anyways, we're going to do a little work on the console. So first person, whoever wins today on the comments, and you must realize the more comments you put in, the better chance you have of winning. That's basically the end of it. The more comments you have, you can put in 7, 8, 10 comments if you want to, and try to keep them, do whatever you like. How is that? You write whatever you want to write. If you're willing to write a comment, I'll take it and I'll appreciate it. And if you win, we'll send you a shirt. We'll send you a shirt, not of your choice, of the soft launch. Anyways, we're back at the console. Let's take. Oh, we got Fina's. The dog bell went off. We've got the console sitting in the car. We got the console sitting in the car. And Jolene's going to take a look at it. I'm just going to make sure no one's at the door. Just let them know that we're doing a video right now. I'm not sure if someone's coming or what's going on. Fina's got them at bay, that's for sure. Could be someone delivering a package or something. But the console is in there. What I did yesterday is I took the console and we had the pieces on there, and I've welded them on. So the center piece that we Frenched in yesterday, they've all been welded. You can see it's all welded and dressed. All welded on, all the way along there, all the way around, all welded on. Welded the round bar on here, welded that all on. Put a little piece in there to keep the round bar from spreading on me. A little piece of round bar, basically. I didn't go any further than what we showed, other than welding and grinding and putting in that little spreader bar so the rod didn't take off. But as we take a look, as we're building this together, we've got this piece right here. This is the round rod, is what I'm saying. This is the round rod here that runs down, so the round rod's on there. Now we need to make this piece. This piece is going to lay on top of the round rod. This is going to lay underneath the round rod. So what I have done, I have made many paper patterns before. I took and made a couple of Bristol board patterns. So this is going to be this piece. You can see like that's there. And it's shaped different because I didn't take the shape off this. I made my own shapes. That's one's there. And this one goes in here behind that one. So I'm going to show you right now what I got going on. We're going to cut some pieces, and I'm going to draw some pieces to make it look the way we want to. Is that up against the welder? Are you going to hold that? Does it stay?
I don't know.
Anyways, Jolene looks amazing today. Not sure if I'm up against my mic or not, but this is what we got going on. So I made that piece there. Doesn't fit perfectly. No, it doesn't, but it's the cardboard pattern. It doesn't have to. And then this piece goes like so. So I got this piece goes in behind there, and then that would give that would be raised compared to this piece. This piece has to go all the way back to the back of the console and come back to a point. Where it's cut out right there is if we go to the console and take a look at that. Let's take a look at it, just so we all know. I'm basically going off this for inspiration. As I got this piece in here, this piece is coming back like this. This piece folds, so you can see this piece folds in quite heavy, tucks in like this. So this piece is going to come around and go all the way back to the point of the metal. So that piece there is going to do this piece. going back to the point. This piece is a whole other piece that goes down to the tunnel, and it's going to be tucked in around like that so it fits in around the seat. And I like that when I put that console in there. I like that there. It looked nice. It did. So this piece here is what I'm saying is going to go all the way back, but it's going to go to a point. And then this piece that goes in there is going to go in towards the tunnel itself to give you some room down in there, which it should. This piece here, it does not look that big on this piece. It's only small on that piece. I'm not liking this piece going all the way down like that. I'm not liking it. Just, I don't know why I'm not liking it. It looks like it's part of the tunnel of the car. I don't want this to look like the tunnel of the car. I want to build a piece of, I want to build a console that comes in and out of the car that does not look like it's part of the car. This sort of looks like it's part of the car. I want to build a console so it looks like you take it in and out of the car, so it's separate. So what my plan is, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to change the look of this. I have that there, yes I do, but I can draw something on it to change it. And what I'm thinking is I might shorten it up and make it look a little different and aim it in towards the tunnel. So the tunnel, you're going to see the tunnel. The tunnel is going to be carpeted, and then the console is going to sit on the carpet. So this is going to be something that's going to be made, and you're going to know that it's going to be made because I'm not going to look like it's going to right down to the floor. And when I close that all in, it would look like something that looks like the tunnel of the car, actually. You want to check that, do you, sweetheart? Am I hitting that? She's touching me, boys. She's touching me. So basically what I'm saying is I'm not enjoying that, closing that all off. I want to make the console look like a console. That console's got some shape to it. I'm sure when it went on the tunnel of the car, it looked like a console, and I want to make this look like a console, something that has been made. So what I'm thinking is I have this up in here. This piece of cardboard does not fit this perfectly. No, it doesn't. Not right yet, it doesn't. But as I push that up in there, I can get it fitting a little bit better. I'm thinking of taking it and making something like making a shape. So if I took and come down here, and this is the fun of it. You can do anything you want to do. So if I take and, that's what I'm thinking, if I took and did that. When I cut this piece here and I apply that in a piece of metal, you're going to see the tunnel. Basically, that's sort of what I want, I think. That's what I want, I think. And then what I'm going to do, once I cut this piece of metal and weld it on there, and then I'm going to take and weld another piece of metal on this edge and aim it in towards the tunnel. So it's going to be carpet that's going to come down around here. The floor is going to be carpet down here, and then this piece will be paint, probably paint. I'll probably paint it. It can be painted, it can be covered, it can be anything, but I'll most likely, after the metal work's done, I'll send it to the body shop, and they will fill it, prime it, and then I'll get it painted. I can paint it whatever color I want to. And if you've taken notice, on that console over there, it's got some chrome running on this edge where I put the round rod. It does. Well, I can do the exact same thing. I've got flexible flexible chrome that I can take and run along here and run it down there. And then I can run a piece around the back. I can do whatever I want to. I can run three. I was thinking, as I have them pieces that I put in the console before, I've got these pieces right here that I stuck down in there. I stuck 3 of them down there because I was going to run chrome in there. Well, you can get that chrome, and you can get it in the 1/8. You can get it in the 1/4 inch. You can get it in many different sizes. But I can paint that down in there and run 3 strips of chrome. Have chrome, paint, whatever. I can do that to make that special down in there. I could paint that black like the instrument panel. Run 3 strips of chrome down in there. Have my shifter come out of there, and then I could paint this Calypso coral, or I could paint it white, and I could paint this piece, whatever. I can do, you can basically do whatever you want to do if you want to, use your brain for it. And what I want to do is I don't want the console, that piece coming down and covering all that. I just don't find there's enough shape to it. It's my chance to make something, and I want to change it. I'll keep banging my head on that, and after a while my head will become soft. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just eye this up a little bit. I'd like to run it smaller here and come down to bigger. So if I come down, I'm not sure if I want to come down here a little bit more. I want to make sure that it looks like it's, I didn't want to make it the same distance all the way along there and then run it down. I want to run it down so like this, so it gets thinner here, bigger, 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 and then down to a point. So I think I'm going to go with the bottom line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that, and I'm going to cut it and see what it looks like. Now you can see when I pull that away, when I put that up there, when I pull that away, it's not going to go, it's not going to cover the console. It's not. So that's what I'm going to take another piece of metal. When I put this side piece on, and then I'm going to aim a piece in that goes this way, so angled in towards the car, basically doing what they have done at the back. But I'm just going to angle it down so it goes in this way. You're not going to be able to see it, but it's going to look like a console. It's going to have a different shape to it, because you're going to see carpet and then you're going to see the console. I don't want that all one color. I said that before, and I'll say it again and again and again. Jolene looks amazing today. She has a beautiful smile on. She's smiling at me because I keep saying things over and over and over. So I'm just going to cut this and stick it up on the side of that. And we'll take a look at it and see what it is. Also, I'm going to tack the back metal, the metal on the console in the back. I'm going to tack that on the back. Where this piece, I'll put this piece on, no doubt in my mind. I'll tack that on. And then the piece that slides goes in towards the tunnel, I'm probably going to hold off putting that piece on, because we have ordered a shifter. And I want to see where that shifter goes so I can get that shifter in the right place. And for me to take that console, weld it all up, and then put it in there so I can't see nothing would be foolish of me, really. It would be nice to be able to see where the shifter's lying, where I got to build the bracket to put the shifter at, because I also have to build a bracket for the shifter to go in there. I can make, just keep note, when I put, whatever shifter I get, I can make the bracket to hold the shifter as tall or as short as I want. So when I have the console in here, when I get the shifter, I can make it come out of the console as tall or as short as I want. I think the shifter's, not sure, 9 or 10 inches long maybe? So, not sure yet. But anyways, we'll be getting it soon. So this is what I have now. And now you can see that. Now you can see that there's a gap there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld that on there, and then there's going to be a piece of metal that goes in there like that. So it's going to actually, you're going to see carpet here, and then whatever I put there. So we're going to take and, just want to move that head a little bit. Just trying to make this piece as nice as possible. That way there, I can, don't fit bad. I'm going to take and cut. We're going to tack some metal on this. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to do it on both sides. And we're going to dress this thing. We're going to dress it. I'm just going to try to fit it the best I can. Hold up here now. Just want to make sure I get the best pattern I can, because I'm cutting it out of metal now. I'm going to take a little bit off that right there with a pair of scissors. Transferring this to metal, so I just wanted to get it fit best as I can. And we'll take the console out when we go to do some stuff here. I want to leave a little gap up in there because we got carpet and I might edge it with something. Now I got that going ahead. So I need, that's fine. What I need now is a whole new line on the back. You can see I'm nice along there, all along there. I'm happy with it, but I'm not happy with that line. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick a piece of tape on there. That's going to be my new line. So, hope you understand what I did. I'm going to have to take a look for a second. Sound like someone's here, did it?
Sort of.
I'm going to snip the bottom of this off. It's hitting there. Let's go check for a second. And we'll make them tell them we're doing a video. Back later. Oh, it's my daughter. That's fine. Everything's good. I just want to continue on with this. We'll get this sorted, maybe set up today. So you can see how there's something going on. I'm going to have to stick cardboard in there now. Once I get that metal put on there, I'll stick cardboard in there. And then I'll trace it on, go like this. Once I get my card, just will show you in case they don't get it. Then I'll trace that on there like that. And I can even angle it down, so it angles down like that. And then I'll have to cut that off, right, once I get my metal on there. And I'll make another pattern, and I'll angle it down towards there so it looks like this console fits this car. That's basically all I want to do. So now as I have that on there, I got a piece of tape, just trying to make a straighter line here, that's all, at the bottom. Come on now. Yeah. We're going to make one, and then we'll go check it on the, we'll use the same pattern on the other side. So I'm using that tape for my line now because I didn't like the line that I had. I'm going to cut this off. We're going to transfer this to a piece of metal. And you can do the exact same thing, like nothing, don't let anything hold you back to, it has to go that way or it has to go this way or whatever. You do as you want to do, and that way there, you will be the happiest doing what you need to do. And it sure does use up the scrap pieces of metal, doing it that way. So we'll be at the Toronto Autorama, April 29th to May 1st, and we will be selling and signing the Bad Chad and the Queen Jolene t-shirts. And I think Jolene did a great job making those. She did a great job. And Henley did an awesome job drawing them. So basically what I'm going to do here now is I got that on there. Let's make a pattern. I probably will send, just joking, I probably will send this to the body shop and have them fill it and paint it, probably. And then I can make it whatever color I want. I can chrome it up like I did the dash, like I can put that, I can see that piece that we Frenched, I can see that blacked out like the dash with the orange and the white on the console to make it look really sharp. After I get this done, I probably will grab the bumper and delete the license plate hole. So I'll probably end up doing that. So what I'm going to basically do is get done what I can get done on this, get some pieces put on it, and then tomorrow we'll probably, and it could change in a matter of seconds. It could change, but that's what I'm thinking in my brain right at the present second, that I probably will go that way. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to cut that. What do I want to cut it with? Does this cut round lines, I wonder? Don't know if it does or if it doesn't. Let's try it. So we'll both know. I'm not sure. I know it cuts awesome straight lines. It does not stretch the metal. And I know this because we've already done it. That's how you know things from experience. Let's try to see if it'll cut around the circles. Not too bad. I really like the control that you can have with the trigger on this bad boy. That's what I really like. Holding that for me, are you, sweetheart? She's such a good woman. Just a bonus that she's so smart and beautiful. The bonus. For me, that is. Cord issue. It's not the best at the corners, but it's working. Awesome. Just as straight as an arrow. All right. Stay. Just gonna knock off a little bit off the edge. We're good to rock and roll. I'm just gonna take a knot a little bit off top up here. Sweetheart. Let's take a knot a little bit off of this. Everything seems to be fairly nice. There's no real crooked edges. It feels good. Take a look at it again. Beautiful. That's what I'm going with. So now the next piece will be aimed down in like that, and we'll make that after. I'm going to tack that on. I am. Why not? Just thinking to myself out loud. And tack that on while it's there. And then what I'm going to do is we'll pull it out and then we'll make the side piece that goes back, and then we'll get the full visual. That's what we'll do. All right, everything's good there. When we start doing the videos like this, I try to have a plan, and sometimes I don't. I just kind of go for it. And that way there, it shows you the real deal. Like, for me to plan something out and have everything ready is kind of, yeah, I'm letting you in on the reels when I'm not exactly ready or got everything set up exactly. I find that that's how mistakes are made. That's how a lot of things are done. When you go to do something, it's not just ready for you. You have to think it through. And I might as well give you my process while I'm doing it. That way there you know the real. So basically I like how we're going to tack it up here because it fits good. And where I'm welding it on the edge, I feel like I can grind it all off. Like I got all that weld ground off because I placed the round rod on the metal right. You can see that how nice it's ground off there because I placed it on there right. If I place it on there wrong, it's hard to grind all the weld off. That's basically the end of it. It's hard to grind all the weld off if you not place it on there right. So where it's over and above like that, it's going to be hard to get all the weld off. Right there, it's nice. You're on the edge, like it's nice. But where that's coming back there a little bit far, it would be hard to grind all the weld off to make it. It wouldn't be hard to grind it all off. But what I'm saying is you wouldn't have much left. Hard to believe that jumped in my palm and burnt me, but it did. Yeah, I'm just going to touch that on this side over here. Down here where I think it, well, I know that I have enough I can grind it off. Alrighty. That's basically that piece. Next piece is going to be in and angled towards the car, or in towards the hump, because that's going to be carpet. And it'll make that console look like it's one piece, not a piece of the car. That's what I'm going for. I've got this piece right here. Let's take this thing back off for a second. Let's make our next piece. And then we'll make that piece. So that's what I want to do. I want to make the console look like it's not part of the car. I want it to look like it's not part of the car. As I have this in here, I want this one piece behind this because I want this piece to look like it's out, in which it is. So all I have to do is see if I like this. If you bring your camera back a little bit, sweetheart, if you see how I got this distance here in the front, the seat looks pretty decent. Up there it looks small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make it look the same. That's going to give me a little more. I got a little room down in here. I want a little more room. I'm going to have a little tiny finger a bit there, so I got to try it. Let's cut it and see what it looks like. What did I do with them scissors? I throw them on the ground? Nope, just buried them. That's what happens when I get a bench. So I'm just taking this. This is stuff all by eye. You know, it's just by eye. This is the fun part. It's the way you want it to have it. I could have had that going down there. I didn't want it. I didn't want it. So now I've got to me that gives me a little more or too much. Just want to scoop it over here a little bit. funny how just looking at it, you can see something that you're not enjoying. Or so to me, we get a little more distance in there, makes it look like it's for the seat. A little bit of distance, good distance in there. That has to go all the way up in there. And then it has to go all the way back to there. So what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to pull the console out and get that pattern going for that piece. And then we have the pattern for the other side. We'll have that pattern for the other side. It's right here. We'll keep that over here so we do not lose it. We'll use that for the other side. This is just a piece of extra. Let's pull the console out and see what we can get it to look like. And basically, what I'm doing right now is I'm making this piece. That piece right there. Come right back to a point. See how it's coming back there? I said I was going to do it in round rod, but I'm not sure if there's any sense of me doing that. Put that right there. And I'm going to pull this console out. See if I can't pull it out without hitting the dash. All right. Can't do it like that because I'm going to shut the door, because I don't want the door just to slam shut when I'm doing something in my way. Be nice to have it set there like that. It would. I'm going to turn the piece of plywood. Could set it on the floor, I suppose. That's probably where I should set it, is on the floor.
Could you flip it?
What's that?
Could you flip it upside down?
Stop with your smartness. Jolene told me to flip it upside down. So that's what I'm going to do. Actually, let's look it over first. You can see what's going on here. You can see that we've got this piece. We got this piece welded in here nice because we placed the metal in the right place when we sunk that piece in there. We've got this piece of round rod welded on here nice because we've got it placed on there, right? We've got that placed on the edge. So when we weld that on, we'll be able to grind that off so you can't see it. If you come over this side, you can see how we ground this side because we placed it in the right place. And basically that's what I suggest if you're making something. If you're placing it in the right place when you're welding something on, then you can make it look like something. What I have here going here now is I've cut this to an angle. It's smaller in the back. You remember when I cut the piece off the angle, it's smaller in the back than it is in the front. Well, when I cut this piece, I didn't bring this piece that far back because it's not where the car is going. So I have to, if you can take a look here, sweetheart, or I don't have to. No, I don't have to at all. So I'm going to make my piece and then bend it. That's what I'm going to do. Alrighty. It's hard to do it upside down. Yes, it is. Which way you want to do it? This way here?
Yep.
Let's do it like this. Yeah. Hard to do upside down. Can't tell where I want to weld my piece of metal on. Goes on there like so. And then that goes back to a point all the way back to here. Can't do it that way. I can put it on a big piece of plywood. That's what I'm going to do. Put that right there. Try not to damage it, that's all I'm trying not to do. Got a piece of plywood right there. Hopefully that'll work. And I'll flip it this way so you can see it. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this piece there. Stick that in there for some reason. Why is that not going? Okay. So I need a piece to go back there to a point. Bum, 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 bum. That's no problem, is it? Let's do this. My marker. Marking the edge of it. Let's cut that off. Using this straight line here. Just gonna cut that off. Scissors are over there. Basically. Just going to get creative and stick it all together and make a piece. Because we don't know. I mean, me trying to cut a piece and put a piece on there, just gluing something together. Should have brought that up some. So you get a little gap going on there. I'm going to have to remind myself when I take this off. Nope, I'm going to take it off because it's not fitting right in the back. I'm going to take it off. Let's do it again. Let's make it fit. Cut another piece. Nope, I'm going to end up cutting that off. I am, so put it up here. I need something underneath the back of that. Just making it lie wrong, not putting it on the console. Now, I'm going to put a piece of straight tape along the whole thing, just so I can make it feel like I got a straight line. That's It's off a little bit now down there. You can see I'm off there a little bit. Have to make sure that I get that right when it comes time. Transfer that to a piece of metal. So I'm going to have to add a little bit there. Add a little piece there. Can't get in there. That's okay. We can see what's going on. Make it a little bigger than it's supposed to be. Now what I'm going to do, let's get a ruler. Actually, I've got this coming up like this. We're going to aim that line there straight back to that edge. Do it on the top side. Just sort of want to make a straight line is what I want to do. And I'm going to go down a little bit for me and you. That's going back. That's good. I got a little thicker back there. That's fine. That's fine. That's great. Perfect. So got a little boo-boo going on here. Got to add a little bit there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little bit of tape. I'm going to add it on the back side so I recall or remember what I got to do. So the tape is the new line. So I've got the tape taped on the back. You come over here and take a look. That's where I want that piece of metal. I want it welded in there, so I got the tape as the new line. So when I pull it off, I'm going to keep that tape. And I'm going to follow that tape as the new line. Why not? And then I'm going to pull this all off without hurting myself. And hurting myself would be it coming off and not coming off right. That would be hurting myself. So we're keeping that all on. Let's take this off. Take this off. And pull that off. So let's cut off our excess we don't need. I'm going to say that's it. Got a piece of tape for a new line. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger than it has to be. Because we can go in behind. I'm going to set this thing down because we're going to make a pattern now. I don't feel like there's any need to me run round rod on that. It just seems to be another time-consuming thing that I don't need. I'm going to take and cut this off. Arts and crafts. That's all this is arts and crafts, basically. Arts and crafts. Let's get that line lined up again. Just lining that line up. Put a piece of tape on the back side so it don't go anywhere. Do that. And we can tell we're going from bigger to smaller because I got the line of tape. It's bigger there on the card on the Bristol board, and then it's smaller here. So we know that we're doing the right thing. This is quite a piece of. So I'm saying that's our pattern. I'm going to clean all this stuff off. We're going to cut a piece of metal. To do it. And it's a tedious little thing, but if you want to make something like that, you have to take your time to make it, I guess. It's basically the only way it's going to get made, if you take your time and go for it. And when you're all done, you can say that you made it. So we'll end up, when you're all done, you say you made it. I'm going to leave that like that. I cut that off there for some unknown reason, but I did. Alrighty. Let's grab a piece of metal. Well, that would just... it's not long enough, is it? Let's take a look around here for a second. I don't want to shear something up. I don't have to. Piece right there. I've got a piece right here. Is a beautiful piece. It's a nice candidate. Looks like it anyways. Alrighty. I must give a hats off to these markers. These Milwaukee markers are quite something else. They do a great job. I haven't picked up one that's ran out yet or made me ugly. I have not run into one yet. Beautiful. Beautiful markers. Absolutely awesome. Just wiping off the grunge of the metal. For that now, would you? Alrighty. Thank you very much. Another gift that we're going to use. So, we're making this piece. But it's not that actual piece because we're making it fit this car and we're doing as we please as we go along. That's basically what we're doing. We're doing as we please to make it work. We're being inspired by that to make something for that. Not trying to make it exactly, not even close. But we're using it as inspiration. Now we must realize, as I'm marking this on there, the piece of metal that I want is on the inside of the marker. You know, as I mark that on there, I'm adding an eighth. So we must realize that the piece that I want is on the inside of the marker. I'm just going to keep going with it. Why not? Hopefully, this line here is what we need. hopefully. That one's not straight, so basically that's what I'm saying. It's a pattern. I'm going to set that aside. We'll want that for the other side. Alrighty, how am I going to cut that? There's a choice right there. How are you going to cut it? Well, we can cut it along with the shear, with that little shear right there for this piece. We'll cut as much as we can with this, and then we'll go to something else. That's basically what we're going to do. And the reason being is it's right here. It's right here. I'm going to take and draw. There's a piece that was missing. Just going to sketch it in myself. That's called freehanding it. Ah. The hard part sometimes. Your toesy. Baby's got boots on. That's good. My baby's got boots on. Come on. We're stretching the metal a little bit. I mean, by stretching it is bending it, getting it out of shape a little bit. We'll have to straighten it out with the hammy. Alrighty. I'm going to take a pair of channel locks and just bend that piece off. Another gift. Straighten this all out with a flapper wheel. Actually, it's going to be welded across there anyway, so. Alrighty. Now. I want to take and put this straight edge on here just to see if the top line is straight. You know, I made the pattern is with a piece of tape, but this straight edge here will tell me if the line's straight or not. Not real straight, is it? Let's clear this off. My best thing to do would probably be to try it. This would be the best thing to do, is to try it. Don't know what side you want to be on, sweetheart. Do you want to be on the other side? Or? Okay. Now, watch yourself, baby. Oh, got to cut that out. I'm going to use a zip cut. Got another little 3-pronger here sent in by a That is not a zip cut. That's a grinder wheel, because I just ground that up metal off yesterday. Ground that off. Oh, need to go up more. So, no, I got to ground quite a big hole of that. I did. But it's got to come up some, so. No, I'm just going to cut that off so it can come up through. Just going to snip the end of this off. Hoping that I don't do the wrong thing, but we'll see. Get in there. Here we go. That's going to have to be cut off. Let's get it in there a little bit further. Here we go. I get a pair of vice grips. I have that welded on the outside there, which is holding that. Alrighty, let's get a couple pairs of vice grips, and then we'll go from there. Get that piece put on. A little flog of weld there. I'll have to take and put the welder on and put that weld in a different spot, and then grind that piece off. A couple pairs of vice grips. A couple pairs of these, I guess I'll do. Do I have a pair over there, do I not? A pair of channels? Or
Yeah.
not? Huh?
Yep.
Okay, good. Turn the welder on. Welder helmet's inside the car. Weld that piece up. And I'm going to be able to knock that off. So I'm just going to weld underneath and on top of this so I can knock that front piece off. No, I'm going to have to do it to the other side, so I'm about to do it now. Let's take that. Got the grinder right here. Flapper wheel. Knock this front weld off this. Going to end up knocking some of that off, some of that metal off to get it down to that there. So it's out too far. Start welding it up. My weld's going to be out too far. Might knock some off the top. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. It means a lot, actually, if you're trying to. It means a lot if you're trying to make something look really nice. I've got a hammer over. I take my nope, my hammer's underneath the well, underneath this. Just going to straighten this out a little bit. Just going to lay it on the floor. Just going to hit it easy. That's a big thing too when you start doing this sort of stuff. You start hammering things. You must realize you are stretching and mending and doing a lot of stuff to it that you probably wished you didn't. I'm going to set the grinder underneath that, I think, in the back, just to get it up. Alrighty. Let's get this bad boy back in there. Had to bend that piece to get that in there. Yes, I did, but it's okay. Love it. Just take and put these on. Don't want to cause no damage. I'm going to get a wider piece. Also, with the piece that I got going on there, it can be, as long as it's bigger than, you know, it can be smaller because you can fill the gap with something else. Yes, you can. But it's nice to have piece down, obviously. Piece has got to come up through. I'm going to end up cutting that probably.
Isn't that marker your line?
What's that?
The marker?
Yeah, that's my line.
Okay.
But I'm not down on my line yet. What I'm thinking about doing, I'm down here on the line there, right there on that line there. Then what I might do is come along and cut it off with a zip cut.
Okay.
See, now I can put it on there. Now I can't mess it up when I do that. If you know what I'm trying to tell you. Mm-hmm. So basically what I'm trying to do is, instead of trying to make the piece fit perfect and go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, I'm going to try to stick it on. And that way there, if I stick it on, when I go to, then when I put it on there, then I can zip cut that off and just take my time, zip cut it off right on the line, and then I'll be satisfied. So basically that's what I'm going to do right at the present moment. You talked me into it. You made me. Jolene helped me out a little bit. I would have come to that probably after a while, but she's such a sweetheart. Alrighty. Thanks, Jolene, for the piece of advice. Or just waking me up, that's all. So I'm going to tack that on there, and I'll make it fit with the zip cut. To cut that and try to get it fit perfectly, I think it's kind of a long time. It's exactly like this piece here. I could have cut that and tried to set that down, like, you know, scribed this piece to set down over there and cut this all out of this and scribe that down there. And it was quicker for me just to cut it and slide it down in. So basically what's going on here, it's quicker for me to just tack it in place and then cut it to shape or cut it to fit. So I'm going to bring this down here. Just a tack. I'm just tacking it. We're right on the edge so we can make sure that I'm going to take that back off because it feels like it's too much metal. I'm going to take it back off. It's got to go out further. We're okay up here. That's what I'm thinking about. We're okay. Just want to get this metal here. There we go. Now I got that metal pushed in there. Now I know I haven't got too much metal back there. There. Much happier. Much happier. All right, this is what I'm going to do also. I'm going to go on the other side. I'm going to push that in tight. And I'm going to tack it. Just tack it. Missed it a couple times. So I know right where my metal is, sort of, because I've got a tack mark there. My line is right above it. We're pretty well right on the money. We just got to cut that marker line, basically. That's what I'm thinking. Things are looking good up here. I'm going to just start tacking it in place. These things are nice too with the little tiny the flat angled pieces here. They're nice because you do not have to dent your metal. You know, you don't have to dent it if you don't have to. What I'm going to do there, I think I'm going to weld it on this side, and then grind it to make it look feathered off. I could weld it on the other side. Yes, I could. Yes, I can. But I'm going to weld it on this side, and then when I grind it, I'm going to feather it off. So there's going to be a weld in there and a weld out there. I might just even make it just one weld. I might just take and weld it there and go right across the round bar to this piece. I might. I'm not sure yet. Just going to tack it in place, sort of, and then we'll got a little, see a little air through there, can you? A little light. You don't want the light. We won't want the light. We want it tight and right. Why am I having a hard time with that now? Why am I having a hard time with that? I can see that that's not coming over top of that little weld mark there. It must be held up on a ledge. Well, I'll go up here where it's tight. We'll have to knock that in when we get the hammer in behind her there. That's what I was talking about. So we're tight up and around there, up in there, tight and right. Let's get this cut off, tack this on. I'm going to cut it off very delicately because I want it to match up. Now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tack that again right there. Then I'm going to flop it over and cut it that way. And then I can see the exact line. When I flop it over, I can see exactly where it fits. If you can see what I mean, see how I can see where it fits. Now I know exactly where it fits. And I'll be able to run my grinder, my zip cut. This is where it fits, right along that edge. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go right down along that, but I want to tack it so it's tight first. Ouch. Had to burn my thumb. Had to burn my thumb. All right. I could guess on the outside of it. Yes, I could. But the line is right there. Why not? Alrighty. Let's put a zip cut on this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the zip cut I'm going to angle it down this way. I'm not going to angle it out straight. I'm going to angle it down this way to give me a little bit of metal left over when it comes time. But I'm going to angle it all the way down, then I'll cut it all the way to the front, and I'll know exactly where it fits because I'll have it. Because the line is right there. There's no guessing. Now, when I cut this, like I just said, when I cut this, I wouldn't want to cut it out straight. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to allow myself a little bit, and I'm going to angle it down this way. Just going to allow myself a little bit. I'm going to put a glove on. And Jolene pointed at my ears. I might as well put them on too, but I'm going to put a glove on because I'm getting kind of close. Wrapped around something. Oh, a chain. Oh, what am I doing? Ah! I want that piece. Ah! You just watched the biggest boo-boo of boo-boo land. Ah, I want that piece. Stop it, Chad. Stop it. Terrible. No, it's not terrible. It's a mistake. I didn't mean to. Yeah, Jay. Wow. Anyways, Jolene's eyes got so big that she thought I was shorting her up a bit. Damn it. But anyways, that's the way she goes sometimes, boys. That's the way she goes sometimes. I didn't like that, but it is what it is. All right. Regroup, regroup. Let's flip this thing up. I'm just going to cut the rest of it. Just going to cut the rest of it. And try not to cut the rest of it. Wow. Chetty, what are you doing? All right, let's come to this side. I'm going to flop this bad boy over and cut the right metal. Damn it. That's the reels right there, boys. That's the reels. The raw metal. Wow. That's all right. It's not, but it is. All right. Let's get this thing going right here. Wow. Damn near snipped it right off, I did. Whew. 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 Alrighty. Let's push this in where it's supposed to be. Alright. Let's keep going along. Don't want to burn my finger. I'm going to have to zip that off. I'm going to actually push this in, connect it in a couple places. Connect it down here. Well, that was close, sweetheart. That was close. Cut the right piece off? Alrighty. Now we're talking cooking with gas. I'll just snip that off with, watch yourself, sweetheart. Put my earmuffs on for this. That's a shame. I can grind that off so you can't tell. It's a perfect gap. Bet the people at home are saying, no! But oh yes, it happens all the time. Not all the time, but it happens. Right on the money. Just want to come out a little bit. Just going to take a flapper wheel, knock that down a little bit, I think. Just going to hit this with a little spot of weld because we got to fix it. Just hit that a dot at a time. I can grind it back off. Alrighty. I don't know whether to put it back in. Where are we at?
120.
That's good enough for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it back in there maybe. I'm going to set it back in there maybe. So, you watch me almost cut it in half. This piece is in behind this piece. Now this piece here, when I set that back in there, this piece here is going to angle in here towards, it's going to go in towards the tunnel. So this is the piece going on the console. That's a little tiny piece. It's not as small in the back. I can shave that down with the flapper wheel if I want it smaller. If I want to go from this thickness to a smaller thickness, I can shave it down with the flapper wheel. Look like I'm a little bit funny right here. Looks a little bit wider than there. I'll just flapper wheel it down a little bit. So the next piece will be a piece of metal that'll go in on this angle. We need a piece of metal on this angle on the front of this piece. And we might do the front piece, you know, while I'm doing that. I'm going to weld this piece up. You know how I'm going to put the other side on, just like I put that side on. I'm not going to cut it like I did that. Not going to do that. Basically, I'm on the home stretch. It's just called time and the time to do it. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I flapper wheel all this metal back good enough that when I go to grind it, I can grind it off so it looks like that and it looks like that. It's going to be quite a piece of metal when I'm done. It's going to take me some time. This will be the third video. We're about an hour and a half on each one. 10, 15, 20 minutes of talk. But this project right here would take a good day to get it welded and ground and put in your car. It would take you a good day to build something like that. That's what I'm thinking. I'm 3 now. I'm going to be another hour or so on the other side making the other pieces. Then I got to weld it and grind it. You would be lucky to get it in one day. And if you did get it one day, hats off to you. So I got the patterns over there, and I just got to apply them to the other side. Basically that's it, and I got to weld it up and grind it. I'm going to make this piece here that goes to the tunnel. This piece over here I'm going to leave until I'm going to weld all this up and grind it all up. That's what I'm going to do on this side. Weld it and grind it, make it look nice. But I'm going to leave that open until I get the shifter. And then when I get the shifter, I'll be able to put this on, and I'll be able to look in here and see how high I want it, how high I don't want it. It'd be a shame for me to weld this all up and then put it off and on and off and on and off and on to guess what's going on with the shifter. And I appreciate you hanging out with us today doing that. I appreciate it because, you know, it probably is a hard watch really, but this is some of the stuff if you want to build custom cars, you want to build a custom console. It's basically, this is how long it takes, this is what it takes. There is boo-boos all the time. I generally, like with the coat hanger, we did like this stuff here. This stuff comes up with, you know, I come up with this stuff because of recovery. You know, when I make a mistake, and let's face it, everybody makes mistakes doing this sort of stuff. And yesterday I was not watching. I could have made this gap here a little bit more, because that wasn't even a gap there. I just welded it on. I had quite a bit of gap up there when it come time to weld it up. I should have centered it and made each piece go pulled it this way a little bit, and then I could have welded that without, you know, having any issues whatsoever. But when I took this piece of coat hanger around the welding rod and I welded that gap up, that's called recovery. And basically that's how that come in, is recovery. And when a mistake happens, to go back to the drawing board and start all over again, it's hard to, you know, it's hard on you because it defeats you somewhat. And when you get defeated, that's when you get back up and you do it again. And sometimes it's nice to have a recovery thing. And this right here, for me, is recovered me so many times that I cannot explain it. Like when you make something and you're just a little bit shy, or you got a big hole that you don't like and you want to fix it. It's called recovery right there. So basically, when I cut that, I'm glad I recovered quickly and not chopped that piece off. I could have welded it back in. Yes, I could have. And I'll weld it up on both sides, and I'll grind it off so you can't tell that I did it. But I will know and you will know. But basically, this piece is going to be out. This piece is going to be in behind. I'm going to make sure that I butt weld this all together. I'm going to take my time. When I'm going to butt weld together, it's going to make that metal go funny a little bit. This metal up here should be fine because of the concaved and it's got welded across there, so that's not really going to go anywhere. So the heat would have to go through that welded part there and up through. I'll take my time though with an air hose, and we'll do a good job on it. We'll get it all ground out so it looks nice. Get the piece that goes in there and a piece on the other side from there on, then you know, so on, so forth. Let's give away a hat or shirt, and we're giving away Jolene's brand new addition to our collection. We got to thank Ken Henley for sharing that with us. It's Queen Jolene and Bad Chad. We're a team all the way, and there's our new shirt, and that's the one we're giving away today. So whoever wins today, that's the shirt that you're getting, whether you like it or not. I said to Jolene, I said, "What if they don't like it?" She goes, "Too bad." And you know what? I went with it. I never said a word. I said, right on, baby. It's good to be decisive sometimes, because sometimes that way someone else don't have to decide.
We do have it in a black t-shirt as well.
And we do have it in black as well.
If they would rather black.
But you are getting that logo. You heard it from Queen Jolene. We have it in black.
So 532.
532 comments. And remember, when you comment, if you want to comment more than once, if you want to comment more than 5 times or 10 times, that means you have 10 entries in winning this shirt. This big dude with the big beard, he should look good in that shirt. He'll support us well. I know you will. Andre Lauzier? Lauzier? Is he French, maybe?
I don't know.
Andre, is it Andre?
Mm-hmm.
Andre Lauzier, you have won our first Queen Jolene and Bad Chad shirt, and I hope you enjoy it. You're allowed to get it in black, and you're allowed to get it in white, but only that logo. Here we go. The console is coming along nicely. I was wondering if the console went down to the floor following the transmission tunnel. Would you still have enough leg room on the driver and passenger side? I definitely do enjoy how you process that you come up with to solve the problems that you come across when making a custom car like Elvis. Keep up the great content. Take care, and God bless. Well, God bless you too, Andre. Appreciate the good comments. And today's video will answer a lot of your questions. It did not really bother, didn't really bother where your feet went. It did not. But where I cut it up, where I've cut it, I more or less want to separate the tunnel from the console. And as we stand back here and take a look at that console, it's actually going to be quite a piece, you know, once it's welded, filled, and ground. Once the metal work is done, I'm sending it to the body shop. That's where I'm going to send it. I'm going to send it to the body shop, and then we can make it look really nice. We can fill it, we can primer it, we can paint it. Also, just like the dash, like I was saying, we can do the part where it's Frenched in, where the shifter is going to be. That could be painted a nice satin black or black, and then have 3 strips of chrome running in there. I'm not chrome, black, chrome, that sort of thing going on. The side that sticks out, it could be a white, or it could be the coral. The part that's in on the side could be a coral, or it could be the white. There's so many options there. Where it's out on the side and in on the back side, it can have a nice piece of Bad Chad flexible chrome running down there, just like the original console. there's so many options there, but it's fun to make something. And whether you're building a console or you're carving a piece of wood to knitting something, it's fun to actually take your brain away from reality sometimes and concentrate on something that you really enjoy. And it's really fun to make something. And I hope that I inspire you to make something, even if it's a console with a couple cup holders. You know, to take your time and make that and put it in your car to have fun with it. It's the greatest thing ever. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. I think maybe tomorrow we'll see you tomorrow.